Today was a good day of working with Ableton, and I am not very familiar with that software, but I used Claude to help me out with getting all the connections right, and it was complicated, but it's working now. So I've got the sequencer, the Korg SQ1 sequencer, connected into Ableton, and I can get the BBC, the free plugin for the BBC Orchestra running in Ableton, and I made a piece that was 3 tracks. It had violin, cello, and trumpet, and it's pretty cacophonous, I would guess is the word for it, but my main objective was to be able to use the SQ1 sequencer to run those tracks and to get some variation in the timing of the notes, because the sequencer, you can push buttons and turn knobs and so on, and it'll impact the spacing of the notes and also the pitch of the notes. One of the features that's a little tricky is that the voltage range from the sequencer goes outside of the range of the instruments in the plugin, so, which is fine if you want silence. You just tweak the dial and then you can't hear any sound coming out of it. So that's how that worked. Altogether, this took probably about 2 hours, I think, to get Ableton up and running, and I'm really glad. This is something that I've wanted to do, and today finally is the day where I've got it functional. So I can run patches in VCV Rack, and they will run nicely in Ableton, and now using the BBC Orchestra plugin in Ableton, both of those things are working. And I know that these are pretty simple things for somebody who's experienced with using Ableton and all this kind of thing, but I'm just really glad that that happened. Okay, so what's coming next with Ableton and those other tools is to more deliberately put together a piece that has some organization to it, and probably more instruments, and a combination of the orchestra and the VCV Rack. And I want to do something about this, the notes going outside of the range of the instruments. Not quite sure how to handle that yet. So those are exercises that are coming up. I'm having a good time with this.